Welcome, surf fans, to the 2016 Hawaiian Pro. John Florence might be done for the day with that win, but don't worry, folks. We've got some surf superstars headed back out of the lineup. Jordy Smith, Stu Kennedy, Griffin Colapinto, and Tanner Gudauskas. Surfer from South Africa, Australia, and two surfers from San Clemente.
You know, you'd have to argue he's definitely the favorite thoroughbred in this four-man heat. But again, what this guy has been able to do, just kind of innovative equipment, Chris, riding that sci-fi Tomo board and creating his own model throughout the year. This looks like just slightly more standard surfboard. Getting a quick start on a pretty small wave, so a little bit of a suspect choice, but nonetheless, it's a small score.
On the CT, the smart decision is to get an early start. Now, Tanner Gudauskas, the powerhouse goofy footer from San Clemente, California, semi-finalist with the CT event at Trestles. He is always on the high-speed attack, never one for half-stepping.
There's the new young stud world champ, paying the bills.
Yeah, we'll probably be talking to him in about an hour when he's done with all his photos and autographs. Griffin Colapinto, beautiful double snap combo right there. No time to claim it. Looked like he wanted to, but that was worthy of it. 18 years old, another surfer from San Clemente. This was a great combination.
Big moves on a fast wave. And Richie Portis said it this morning, Chris. He said, hey, if you get your business done in a steep section, that means you're going to be committed. We're going to reward you. So Griffin's going to take an early lead in his heat. Now, that being said, I don't mind that Stewie and Tanner keeping beat on the waves. It's been inconsistent, so they're just trying to throw a couple numbers quickly on the board. But that threw them out of rhythm. They're paddling back out, and they had to watch Griffin go to town.
They have their own board shorts that they've put out, collab with Vans, and you should check those out because they're cool, comfortable, and show your positivity. Right now, Jordy Smith, a couple quick snaps. Good to see Jordy get involved. 23 minutes, 30 seconds ago. Now Stu Kennedy might have found himself a gem, pumping down the line, straight to the lip. Quick float to get around that section, straight up in the whitewater. Tenacious surfing, Stu Kennedy. You know, they've been really using that priority nicely with each other. Tanner Gudauskas had priority, and he exercises it. His backhand is brutal. Straight up into the lip. Third turn, menacing approach from Tanner Gudauskas.
Wow, yeah, that's big. That's going to be a massive score from the goofy footer. And connected well, really on the screws. Nice snap there. It's a bit of a carve. That's more of a punch, and then a bit of a floating re-entry to finish. So 3 different moves, all with a lot of speed, all in a critical section. It's going to be a big score. I love the flow on this wave right here. Look how fast he's going. Stewie Kennedy there, and great flow on that little tail side as well. Looked like he had total control.
Contest sessions, but also just a really good look at what John's really like, which he's a nice kid. Stoked for him. Stu Kennedy, bam. Whoa. Getting foot loose and fancy free right there, blasting the air somehow. That was a fiery frontside air.
That was, very casual as he rides out of it backwards. Just a little, that was very quick, you know, with a lot of speed, which made it cool, even though he didn't have projection or a lot of height. Watch how fast he spins around. Bang. And he made it look extremely easy, you know. Keep an eye on him.
Quick look by Jordy Smith. He passes it up. Stu Kennedy takes advantage. He's going to go to the air again. And he's disappeared. There he is. Vans Triple Crown ramifications. And I think now that the title's sealed up, we can really focus on who's going to win the Vans Triple Crown and also that qualification. And Jordy Smith, during that breakdown, broke it down out here at Hawaii.
Well, for someone who's 6'3" and a powerhouse, he's got some of the loosest turns there is on tour. 8.27, so just catch another medium to set wave and don't fall.
And I want to see this guy get unhinged. Oh no, not like that. I meant like
wow.
Unhinged on turns.
Well, right now I'm just impressed with how chill he's been. Very patient, waiting for one more good wave. You know, he can close this thing out. If he just surfs steady and strong on a set wave, it's lights out.
All right, here we go. Second wave for Griffin Colapinto. Driving down the line, straight up into the lip. Setting it up for something big on the inside. And, you know, that was a good maneuver choice. He didn't go too far and risk just falling on a wave that only really gave him 2 chances. This is smart surfing.
Yeah, he's keeping in touch with the temperature of the heat. You know, he's not over surfing. He doesn't need a big score. You know, a 5 means a lot right now. And those were 2 committed turns on a nice, decent, you know, a decent wave, a good wall. From Hawaii in the last heat of this round. And he's up against Matt Wickleton, who's had a great year.
Now just spoiling the chances for his fellow competitors. Back it out. Tanner Gudauskas takes off with priority. The wave not super good, but what he did was hold off.
You're not being conservative. I don't care if it's an error or a carve. Just judge accordingly.
Here goes surfer in white, Griffin Colapinto looking for the ramp. Goes straight up in the lip. That was not the second maneuver Griffin wanted. He looked maybe a little bit overexcited on that wave, but he'll get back out there with time. 2 minutes now. Stu Kennedy blasting the fins out. A literal last-ditch effort for Stu Kennedy, who now has 1:50 to go. He'll drop down to 3rd or 4th priority out the back. Watch out, Jordy Smith. This wave has potential. He flips, paddles, he's up. Jordy Smith now. Sets it up with a beautiful snapping carve. Right back into the lip. Big finish from Jordy Smith. Can he make it? Easily. Okay, that's what the judges wanted. Power.
Yeah, he just turned his heat upside down. Griffin is going to be pushed down to 3rd, no doubt. And you're right, Chris, variety. Nice little power slide there. Bit of a hiccup there, but he made up for it with that tail waft towards the channel. He makes that look so easy for a big fella. Again, with that trade wind, pushing his board towards the channel, you'd think, oh, it's not an easy maneuver to pull off.
8.10. A big one, and that's enough to jump him from 3rd to 1st. Tanner Gudauskas drops to 2nd. Now he's in a dangerous position with Griffin Colapinto only needing a 5.51. And will he hold off Griffin? He does, and Tanner will go. Looking to better a 5.17. Big opening snap right in the pocket. Gets around the section, straight up into the lip again. Tanner blowing the fins a little too far. Goes down, watch out, Griffin Colapinto. An upside down frontside air.
Wow.
Reverts it out in the danger zone. And all Tanner can do is watch as Griffin just went bananas. And these are all earned water splashes. That was incredible.
Hey, Chris, I mean, I don't want to jinx him, but that's one of the most exciting finishes I've ever seen at Haleiwa. You know, that is a closeout that is so unfriendly to do any kind of maneuver, let alone a huge reverse, inverted as much as you can get, upside down. That has to be well over a 5.5.
His crew is losing it right now.
It's a good question. And there he is, again, hucking that tail upside down and clean as a whistle, too. He had 0 time recovering, very smooth landing, so we haven't seen a score yet.
And he's right there with us, shocked and excited about that, which was no doubt the maneuver of the event. But was it in time? And now we're seeing the scores come through, only needing a 5.51. And all indications show right now he is going to get that and some. Here we go, across the board. It is looking to be in that excellent range. At least it's a 9.93 for Griffin Colapinto.
Wow.
He got the wave in time, got the score, jumps from 3rd to 1st place, again, knocking Tanner Gudauskas down to 3rd.
One of the most clutch finishes I've ever seen in a heat in small waves at Haleiwa. Congratulations.
Out of this world. Griffin Colapinto, the Hail Mary error, pulls him through.